a very good evening to everyone and welcome to this next Mount Music Revival live stream series. This is Christopher Daigan coming to you from my home on Saturday the 13th of May. This is our live stream number 260. Thank you for staying with us and thank you for joining us. And of course thank you to all of you who are supporting me, and in particular for tonight's program. Once again, I am dedicating this program to one of our very, very special supporters, Sherry Lynn Chong, who has very generously supported me in the last weeks with another very generous donation, apart from an ongoing monthly support, a very generous contribution towards our annual platform fee for the Vimeo platform, which makes our whole live stream possible, includes the software, and it just makes everything work perfectly and so smooth and so great. And I'm very grateful, Sherry Lynn, for your support and for your ongoing encouragement, ongoing enthusiasm, and ongoing ideas. I'm very, very grateful to always hear from you. So tonight, you have chosen the program. This is a selection of music that you have chosen for this evening's in-concert sessions, our classical program. And for those of you who are joining us, I'm pleased to tell you that this is a very, very popular choice. They're all the favorites, the Ronda Turca, the Rustle of Spring, ending with Barnstorming, gosh, big challenging piece for me, the Hungarian Rhapsody No. 2, as well as some beautiful melodies that Sherry Lynn has requested from Bellini, the Chopin arrangement of Bellini's Casta Diva, and as well as a very beautiful French suite in the middle, which I have played before, but it's going to create substance for this evening's classical program. So I'm going to start off with the beautiful Ravel for the Dead Infant, the Dead Princess, Le Pavant pour l'Enfant des Fous, Maurice Ravel's composition that he composed both for the piano and the orchestral versions are equally acceptable. He was trying to create this very ancient and austere and majestic atmosphere of great stillness and solitude and solemnity, but with an innocence as well. There's something very beautiful and very pure about this music, the way that the stately rhythms, these very gentle, very almost marching rhythms, very slow pace, the consistent pace of the music, and with these very delicate harmonies, as I pointed out, even as I was playing in my introduction. The way those notes all very delicate dissonances, notes that you don't often put together. We normally expect to hear something like, when Ravel puts, it doesn't sound, well, the way Ravel puts it, when he puts it in just the right moment, you'll see how it sounds very, very beautiful. And straight after that, piece that I discovered recently, a little interest. It's just such a beautiful melody, but arranged by none other than Frédéric Chopin. As I said, always say Chopin advised pianists to listen to opera singers of the day to see how they sang the music of the opera composers like Donizetti and Bellini, for instance, and this is from Bellini's opera Nora, Chopin's own arrangement that he must have scribbled down. It's only recently been published and found. It's just an interesting anecdote, an interesting little trifle, but Chopin's version of Bellini's Casta Diva, the beautiful soprano aria. So this music by Ravel and Bellini, Chopin, Chopin, to start this evening's in-concert session. That wasn't very clever, having my iPad collapse there in the middle of that. That was Bellini's Casta Diva, the beautiful aria as arranged by the pianist Frédéric Chopin. You might have heard of him, rather famous. And before that, I played Ravel's beautiful Pavane for the Dead Princess, the Le Pavane pour l'Enfant défunt. I'm going to move on to a substantial work, the main centerpiece of this evening's in-concert classic program. This is a program of music, if you're just joining us, that was chosen by one of our most generous supporters, Sherilyn Chong, who's generously helped me in the last few weeks with the platform fee. This is a very substantial platform fee which keeps us going and which helps us produce these live streams free of charge to the public. So very grateful to Sherilyn once again. This is an English suite by Johann Sebastian Bach. Now, as I've said before, Bach wrote these suites in different styles. He wrote 6 English suites and 6 French suites and then 6 German suites, which he called partitas. And each of these suites, as I've detailed with one of the partitas before, consist of a number of different dances. These are court-inspired dances. They're not music to be danced to, but some of the dances are quick and some of them are slow. Some of them are on 3 beats in a bar, some of them are 4 beats in a bar. And so by having a piece of music that is inspired by these different dances, it creates a piece of music that consists of a number of short pieces that are all slightly different. So there's a contrast of tempo, a contrast of spirit, a contrast of energy. They're all in the same key in this case, which is C and E major. So when you hear the entire set of pieces, there I think 8 or 9 short dances in this particular suite, they all do hang together. There's also a sense of continuity, a sense of slow gentleness and a saraband in the middle, some lightness, some very great elegance and transparency in the minuet, and then ending off with the jig on a very quite exuberant and robust note at the end. So the French suites on the whole are a little bit lighter, you might say. The dances are shorter, the general texture is much more transparent, there's a sense of elegance. Maybe this is what Bach was trying to create in the sense of a French style. The French suites creating some of the French style, which would have been different to the English suites, which are much more substantial, a bit more dramatic, much longer. Many of the suites are in minor keys, a little bit darker mood. Or the German suites, which are also a great density and substance. The French suites have a light, transparent clarity to them. And this, I think, is one of the favorite, the 6th of the 6 French suites in E major. Leon's going to pull up the dances, they're all in one set, so you'll have to follow which one is which. But the jig is the last one, so when you hear that, you know we're on the final stretch. French Suite number 6 there by Johann Sebastian Bach, one of 6 French suites that he wrote, and that is the final, as I said. Really beautiful pieces, such joy, sunny optimism throughout that music. It's a very glorious piece of music, and I hope Sherilyn and everyone enjoyed that music at home. I'm going to carry on with a selection then of great popular favorites. I'm starting off with a piece by Mozart, the Turkish Rondo. Then sorry, Leon's looking at me skewed already. Yes, I got it wrong already. First of all, Scarlatti, yes, the Scarlatti Sonata. Requested the Scarlatti Sonata in C major that I played, very jubilant, exuberant piece. Then the Turkish Rondo from Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, very beautiful, exuberant and uplifting classical piece of music with a Turkish slant. After that, the Rustle of Spring by Christian Sinding, great Norwegian composer. One piece of music that he's known for, and then ending off the selection with the very beautiful Clair de Lune, or Moonlight, from the Suite Bergamasque by Claude Debussy. These are really some of the most celebrated piano pieces, but I'm sure you're going to enjoy them. As I always say, it's wonderful to bring new repertoire and obscure repertoire and new discoveries for me, but it's always just so fantastic. These pieces are so well known and so popular because they have such strong ideas, such beautiful, strong, recognizable, broad melodies, and you hear them once and you always want to hear them again. Just like Lucy, and here comes little Lucy. Lucy's even going to say hello. Lucy, yes, Lucy, which one is your favorite out of that lot? Do you want the Teddy Bear's Picnic? No, you can't have the Teddy Bear's Picnic tonight, Lucy. That's not on the musical menu this evening. But you're very happy with yes, you enjoying the music. Thanks, Lucy. Right, here we go. Let's put the iPad away. four of the most popular and most recognizable classical piano melodies there, starting off with, well, not so well known, Scarlatti Sonata in C major, but then Mozart's Turkish Rondo, The Rustle of Spring from Christian Sinding, and Clair de Lune from Claude Debussy. Now I'm going to end off this evening's program with a really complicated piece, a real challenge. Sherry Lynn, who's asked me to, who's compiled this evening's program and whose the program is dedicated to, asked me to play Liszt's Hungarian Rhapsody No. 2, which is a piece that is in my repertoire, but it's a piece that I usually practice for weeks and weeks and weeks because it is so challenging. There's so many hair-raising skips and jumps and real technical barnstorming difficulties in it. The real challenge for me, and that sad thing always is, even if I do practice for months and months and months, things still seem to go horribly wrong. So I'm thinking, well, let's just take a chance and see what happens. How bad can it really get? Anyway, so I'm going to give this a bash because I only decided to do this a few days ago. I only got a message, an email reply from Sherry Lynn, and so here we go. This is Liszt's Rhapsody, Hungarian Rhapsody. So there are about 18 of these rhapsodies that he composed, supposedly around Hungarian themes. The first section of the piece is very expressive and very dark mood, and then the second section is very much more up-tempo. It starts very quietly with these imitation of various Hungarian traditional instruments before the dance sort of takes off and it turns into a real barnstorming, sort of rollicking, free-for-all kind of jump in and let's have fun together sort of atmosphere. Very, very exciting piece. Great ending and a great triumphant and exuberant and jolly ending to this evening's program. Yeah, it's quite a workout, goodness. As I said, the Hungarian Rhapsody number 2 is quite a piece of music. There's a lot going on, a lot to do. Didn't seem to go too badly after all. Seemed, was there a power surge or something happened? Did the lights dim at some point? Was I imagining it? It sounded like there's all sorts of things going on with our power. Of course, we have solar power and inverters, well, not solar power at night, but we have inverters, so our power supply is secure. But you never know what's going on outside. So I hope everything's still with us. Brings us, I'm a little bit out of breath, brings us to the end of this evening's program. That was the Hungarian Rhapsody number 2 with my own little cadenza at the end. And that's the program as chosen by Sherry Lynn Chong, our sponsor, great supporter and donor who is featured in this evening's program. Thank you again, Sherry Lynn. And thank you, Leon at the controls, for the support this evening. Thanks for Lucy for making an appearance and barking only at the end. And of course, we're not going to be here next week, but the following week I'll be back with some new repertoire and new ideas for Wednesday and Saturday evening's program. Do visit our website. You'll also find details about our concerts coming up in Kloof and elsewhere in KZN, and also a very exciting new program, a new venue at Hilton College on the 28th of May, Sunday afternoon concert, which I will be playing hopefully quite regularly, 2 or 3 months there. Yes, Lucy, we do see you. Look after yourself, stay well, and look forward to seeing you next time.